Hey folks, Jim Horton, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, coming to you live from our recording studios on the 97th floor of our offices, high above beautiful downtown Columbia, Missouri. Today I want to start talking about the process of listing your home. And step one is obvious, making the decision to sell. There are far too many decisions, personal, financial, otherwise, for me to go through that would land at that particular decision. So I'm going to skip that one and go straight to number two, which is choosing an agent. Actually, this is applicable whether you're actually selling or buying, so it hits on both sides. There are no ends of videos and articles, etc., that are out on the internet that you can find that talk about how to choose an agent. The guidance, by and large, stays the same with that, and I'm going to reinforce one thing that they all pretty much say: interview several agents before you make a decision to go with one. It's a very important relationship, and it's one that you shouldn't necessarily go into blind. That being said, I'm going to take a slightly different perspective on the who you should choose and talk more instead about who you should not choose, and that would be friends and family. Here's why. Real estate, especially residential real estate, it's an emotional thing. And you might think that having someone who is involved with you emotionally makes more sense because they're going to understand that emotional side of you and it's going to be better for you, right? That isn't necessarily a good thing when it comes to making the largest investment that most of us are going to make throughout our entire lives. Let's say, for example, you hire your mother, and she knows how much you love that color that you painted the living room, and she also knows that it would turn off prospective buyers. But she doesn't say anything because she's afraid to hurt your feelings. Or you're out looking for houses, and you get a lot of pressure to buy the one that has a playroom because, oh my God, the kids, it would be perfect for them. But you don't really like it, and it's out of your price range. Or maybe you don't want family involved in your financial business. The point is, your agent needs to be able to speak truth to you, and you need to be willing to listen to it, and vice versa. You need to be comfortable speaking the truth to your agent, and your agent should be willing to listen. One of the biggest reasons, though, is there's no guaranteed outcome in real estate. I have other friends of mine in professional services, lawyers, for example, who will do estate planning but refuse to get involved in litigation, but will instead refer you to another attorney. For them, the relationship is more important than the business. The market is going to determine what your house ultimately ends up selling for, and you may not get what you want. Or maybe that house that you really wanted, you got outbid on. And relationships can be ruined because of those expectations. Be honest with yourself and the relationships you have. Can they withstand that sort of thing? If you are hesitant at all about that answer, have the conversation with those people and let them understand that you value the relationship more than you do the business. A personal example, my own mother. I went and talked to her about selling her house to tell her that the way the current market is, it was the best opportunity that she was going to get to take advantage of return on her home. But I also told her that I would not represent her because I knew that she would not listen to my suggestions, and I would also disagree with what she thought was the best way forward. And then we proceeded to have a discussion that only reinforced the point I was trying to make as to why I wouldn't represent her. So to wrap this up, interview a couple of agents before you sign with one, and think really hard before you engage friends or family. They'll have your best interest at heart. But I guarantee you there's something about that transaction that could have gone more to your benefit if emotional investment wasn't part of that transaction. The relationship is more important than the business. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care. Like me on Facebook. Find me at jimhorton.com. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.